Free Media Group.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I am Kellie Raspberry Evans, and this is my fellow gang member and podcast co-host, Alan Evans.
A train in the house.
Well, don't be flashing signs, honey. We don't have a gang sign yet.
I'm throwing East Coast.
Ooh, I don't know. I wouldn't risk it.
Well, wait a minute.
Throwing the wrong sign in the wrong place can get you killed.
I think Diddy and Biggie were East Coast, and you saw how that worked out.
But what's the South Coast?
The South Coast?
Yeah. Alan and I we have become part of a gang of riders. We
have.
Yeah. You rode your motorcycle. I rode my Can-Am Riker, along with our friends Brandon and Sarah, who rode his motorcycle and her Can-Am Riker up to Broken Bow, Oklahoma this past weekend. And I thought we came up with our biker gang name, but I've told we have to come up with something else.
Well, the idea's just been floated around, and we're going to talk about the trip, right? We're going to get into the trip.
All the details.
Yeah, all the details. But yeah, I think Kellie spontaneously named us. We were just talking on our headsets.
Yeah,
we were all connected. We could all talk. And she just spontaneously said, hey, let's do something with pork.
Pork. Because Brandon got a T-shirt, and he's been referring to himself as Hog Daddy or Daddy Hog. Hog Daddy, I think it was.
Daddy.
Hog Daddy, because he rides a hog.
Which I fully endorse and I fully support.
That's cute. So if you're Hog Daddy, then we should all come up with nicknames in the pig family, and we can be the Chitlin Gang, which I thought was pretty cute.
I thought it was cute.
Chitlin Gang.
I thought it was cute.
And I immediately named myself Fatback.
You're Fatback.
And he didn't like that. I said, well, the only reason everybody laughed, but then he's like, well, that's not really very nice. I said, the only reason you don't think it's nice is because you think I'm fat. Because otherwise it's just funny. I said, I
think it's funny.
I said, why don't I be Fatback for now, and then if I ever lose weight, then I can be Sizzling. But
funny.
He didn't like that, so he wants me to be called Honey Ham.
I thought Sarah was Honey Ham.
No, Sarah is Bacon Bits.
Oh, Sarah's Bacon Bit, and he's Hog Daddy.
Is it Bacon Bit or Bacon Bits?
I think it's Bacon Bit.
Maybe she's just Bacon Bit.
And
I guess I'm Honey Ham.
Yeah,
which is fine. It's not as funny as Fatback, but you.
I'm Big Sausage.
You're Sausage. I thought you were just Sausage. Is it Sausage or Big Sausage?
Well, it depends. But I'll either go by Sausage or Big Sausage. I don't go by Yo, but I go by Sausage.
Let's just be Sausage.
Yeah, I'll be Sausage.
Hey, Sausage. That sounds better than Hey, Big Sausage. I don't know. But then I was told the Chitlin Gang is just, I don't know, just not mean enough, I guess.
Well, no, here's how these things develop. So I saw a video today of the rapper T-Pain.
Yeah.
And T-Pain gifted one of his security guys, I think his security guy, his bodyguard. Apparently he really loves this guy, and he's worked hard. He gifted him a Harley Davidson.
Oh, wow.
So I sent that video to our biker gang group.
I haven't opened it up and looked at it yet.
Yeah.
I've had a very busy day.
Well, it's a cool video. He surprises him with the keys, and it's fun.
Yeah.
So Brandon, Daddy Hog, said he wasn't familiar with
Hog Daddy.
Or Hog Daddy.
I can't remember.
Said he wasn't familiar with T-Pain, and his wife Sarah was like, "How can you not be familiar with T-Pain? He sings all kinds of songs.
He's the auto-tune guy.
You've probably heard him sing these songs." And I said, "Well, the way I came to understand T-Pain was that he covered Black Sabbath's War Pigs." Which is an old Black Sabbath song, but the dude freaking rocked it. I mean, if you look up on YouTube, T-Pain singing War Pigs, you're like, holy, he is great.
Well, what is a war pig?
Well, the song is about politicians, war pigs.
I don't want to be war pigs.
Well, okay, so this is how the conversation evolved. I said, so this was just the three of us. We were over here on our little chat. You weren't included. And I said, well, maybe we can convince Kellie to change our name of the biker gang from the Chitlin Gang or the Chitlin Brothers. What is it? The Chitlin Gang? The Chitlin Gang to the War Pigs, because War Pig sounds meaner. And it's still pork related.
None of us ever went to war.
No, we didn't.
They might accuse us of stolen valor.
Well, I go to war every day in this house.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Doesn't mean anything. You sound like me. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know if y'all have any suggestions. Apparently,
Yeah.
there is a name generator I could ask Chat GPT.
Yeah, you could, or we could just think for ourselves.
Or we could ask Chat GPT. It's a good conversation or idea starter. Y'all, I'm just having, right before we went on the podcast a little earlier today, we don't talk a lot about pop culture. I do on the Kid Craddock Morning Show.
Nationally syndicated.
And this is going to be a huge topic tomorrow because
huge.
we just found out that Liam Payne from One Direction has died, 31 years old, and there's a lot of stuff coming out about it. Our producer, Robert White Cheddar, Sonny Joe, whatever you want to call him, he texted our group today and said Liam Payne fell off a balcony.
Whoa.
But I was like, did he fall or did he jump? And it's turning out that might have been the latter. He's been a very troubled person for a while. Such a sweetheart. We interviewed him. We were lucky enough, to interview One Direction when they were still together, and then separately after they had disbanded, we interviewed Liam, and he was just such a sweetheart. He was almost like the father figure in the group, the most mature one. Anyway, I'm sorry, my nose is getting all stuffed up. I'm not crying. I'm having like an allergy thing. But anyway, he's obviously been very troubled. And he went to Argentina to see Niall Horan perform earlier this month. And he's been dating this girl named Kate Cassidy. I don't know who she is, but
Keep talking.
Am I doing something wrong?
No.
Oh, so he's been dating this girl named Kate Cassidy, and I don't know their relationship. It seemed a little strained to me. But before that, you know the guy, the billionaire personal injury lawyer in San Antonio, Thomas J. Henry?
Yeah, I have heard of Thomas J. Henry.
Liam was engaged to his daughter.
Oh, was that
who
right?
was very young when they got engaged. She was like 18 or 19. She was very young. Anyway, their relationship ended, and it wasn't good. But just a few days ago, Maya Henry filed a lawsuit against Liam. She was suing him basically for harassment and stalking, like he wouldn't stop calling her, wouldn't leave her alone. Well, see, now he's over in Argentina with his girlfriend, Kate Cassidy, while this is happening. And over the weekend, Kate said, I've got to go home. I got to get out of here. I'm going back to Florida. And so a couple days after she left, today, Liam was just posting on Snapchat happy pictures of him and Kate. Like, this is the vacation I needed, and all happy pictures. But people said that in the lobby of the hotel in Argentina, he smashed his laptop. He was obviously under the influence of drugs, alcohol, something, had to be carried back up to his room. And then the next thing we know is he had fallen 3 stories down to an internal like patio that you couldn't see from the street. You know how they have different floors have patios. So he fell 3 stories to that and suffered injuries that he could not survive. So that's all I know right now. By the time this podcast airs, we might have more information, but it's just so sad.
It is sad.
So tragic, you know, just drugs and alcohol, people play with that stuff and it just goes too far. But I'm just really sad about that. Anyway.
Well, it is sad.
Just wanted to talk about that a little bit.
He's only 31?
Only 31. And he has a 7-year-old son named Bear. He was on One Direction was formed over in the UK on the X Factor.
Good night, mate.
There. And Liam and Niall and Harry Styles and all the guys, Louis, I don't remember all the names right now, Zayn, Malik, they all came individually and auditioned they wanted to be solo artists on this talent show. And Simon and, Nicole Scherzinger and this British singer named Cheryl Colvin, now she just goes by Cheryl.
Good night, mate.
They formed these 5 guys into a group called One Direction. And then they blew up. And people have been trying to recreate that lightning in a bottle ever since. But anyway, Cheryl was about 7 or 8 years older than him. He was just a teenager when he auditioned for the show, but they reconnected years later, hooked up, and made a baby. And he's now 7 years old, and his name is Bear. So it's just sad. A little boy lost his daddy. The music industry lost. He was a good singer. But obviously, he had a lot of trouble. About a year or so ago, he went on one of the, what's those brothers, those YouTube brothers I'm drawing a blank on. One's a boxer now. He's
The
gonna
Hodge
fight Mike.
twins?
No. He's gonna fight Mike Tyson.
Oh,
I'm just drawing a blank.
people are yelling at us
I
right now.
know. Luca. Wait, what are the
No,
names? Anyway,
oh my
he went on
goodness.
his.
I can see his
know.
face.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
He went on Logan Paul's podcast, I believe it was, and he just fell apart. He was telling all sorts of stories about how somebody threw him up against the wall. Maya later said it was Zayn, and he was just talking about how he was the star of the group. He just was a bad look. He had to go away for a while after that, and now he's passed away. Just sad.
It is sad.
But anyway, I don't want to keep harping on that, but
Okay, well, why don't you do a little bit of that then?
I feel so bad just leading from that.
And
to
then we will
this.
go into the festivities and adventures that were this last weekend.
Yeah, in Broken Bow. Well, when I find something I love, I'm not a gatekeeper of secrets. I can't stand it when I ask somebody, what's that fragrance you're wearing? I'm not telling. So when I find something I love, I share it. And I always tell people how much I love our mattress, Alan.
Yes.
Our Helix. Dusk Luxe mattress.
Luxe.
From Helix Sleep. So when we got married, Alan and I thought, we'll be fine in the queen size mattress. We love each other. We just snuggle, and then we're like, I'm so hot.
Too
and
small.
sweaty, and
Too small.
We're big people. So I did my research and discovered Helix Sleep online. And I'll be honest, I was a little hesitant about that at first because I'm like, well, aren't you supposed to go to a mattress store and bounce around on mattresses? I don't know why we're doing it, but it looks like we know what we're doing. It's like thumping a watermelon. Yeah, this is probably the right one. We don't know what we're doing. But this is the beauty of Helix. So you go online and you take the Helix sleep quiz. You did it for us, Alan.
Took a minute and a half.
Like that.
If that.
Answered a couple questions about our heights, our body types, our sleep preferences, and boom, we were matched with the Dusk Luxe, and we've had the best sleep ever. Before our Helix mattress, I would wake up with a stiff lower back and just figured that was, part of getting older. It'd take me about 10 minutes to walk it out. No more of that with my Helix mattress. We're getting the best sleep ever. We go to sleep faster, stay asleep, wake up refreshed. I can't sing its praises enough. So go to take the Helix sleep quiz. What have you got to lose? They've got 100 nights sleep on it guarantee. And I promise you, your body, your back, your spouse will thank you.
So do what I did and go to helixsleep.com/sandwich to take that sleep quiz. And when you order your life-changing mattress, you'll get 20% off. That's helixsleep.com/sandwich. Now go get that good sleep.
Good sleep.
Like we do.
Good. You are going to love Legacy Box. Becoming a parent changes how you look at memories. While we're savoring and saving every moment with our kids, suddenly you start to realize a lot of important memories from our childhood. They're trapped on VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, photo albums, crammed into boxes labeled "Do Not Throw Away" and shoved into an attic. Those are at risk of being destroyed by heat, moisture, disaster, time. And once they're gone, they're gone. That's why you need Legacy Box now. They're the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos. And the process is so simple. They send you a Legacy Box and you fill it up with old VHS tapes, pictures, film reels, slides, DVDs, whatever you've got. Their team in Tennessee carefully digitizes it all by hand. They send you back the originals plus digital files on the cloud or a thumb drive. Ordering a Legacy Box is one of the best things I've done for my family because now instead of just telling my kids about that crazy vacation I took to the mountains when I was a kid, I get to show them and relive it with them. And right now, during Legacy Box's Father's Day sale, you can save big while preserving your family's history. Visit legacybox.com/sandwich to get started today. That's legacybox.com/sandwich. It's the little things that make a big difference in how I feel. Now, for me right now, it's about stretching. I didn't realize how stiff I was until I started doing it. I love when I can stretch a little further than before. It makes me feel refreshed when I'm done. And a little makeup refresh can make all the difference too with Thrive Cosmetics, my go-to clean makeup routine year-round. Now, of course, their brilliant eye brightener and Stella champagne is always in my makeup bag. Actually, I need to reorder more. I'm almost out. But it comes in 32 shades, and the Shenna Mint Green Shimmer looks really fun for summer. Their Empower Matte Precision Lipstick Crayon, it's really amazing. It gives you a beautiful color that lasts without feeling dry. They have 18 buildable shades
And I love the dusty rose Kaiza color. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the best part, for every product you buy, Thrive donates products and funds to help communities thrive. So far, they've given over $150 million in products and cash to over 600 giving partners. This is beauty with purpose. Amplify your summer look with Thrive Cosmetics. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/sandwich for an exclusive 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/sandwich.
Because we were in Broken Bow this weekend and wasn't on my Helix mattress.
No, but it was still great. We stayed in a wonderful.
It was a good mattress. Wasn't a Helix mattress.
It's not because it wasn't custom for us.
That's right.
But we, when we went, Alan and I, many, many years ago with our boys to Broken Bow, we used 10 Star and Co., 10 Star and Company, to, or is it 10 Star Company? Is it and Company?
I thought it's 10 Star and Company.
Anyway, through them, we rented the Rust Bucket cabin, and we loved it. And it was just like,
that was really nice.
Us, the kids, a couple of their friends, we had room to spare. And so we decided, our friend Sarah, we were just talking about in our whatever gang, TBD, whatever we're calling ourselves.
How about the Chitlin War Pigs? How about the War Chitlins?
I don't know.
How about the Pig Chitlins?
Well, that's kind of redundant. Anyway, so Sarah, a long time ago, earlier this year, she's like, I don't celebrate my birthday. I just don't celebrate my birthday. I just never have. I don't care for birthdays. And I'm like, we're going to change that. I said, we're going to do a weekend in Broken Bow. We're going to get a group together. That was months and months ago. And I was like, no, we're really going to do it. So we got a group of about 14, 15 of us, couples. And I was hoping to get back in the Rust Bucket. That didn't work out. But we got another cabin through 10 Star called Take It All In with INN. Take It All In. This place sleeps 22 people. And it was just fabulous. Had
Gorgeous.
Everything we needed.
Beautiful.
Drew names to see who'd get, because there's like 4 bedrooms that had, your privacy just for one couple. But then there were bunk beds, luxury bunk beds with not ladders, but nice big stairs to climb up. And Alan, I'm like, I don't even care. I'll volunteer to take a bunk bed because I think it's kind of fun.
Well, we didn't volunteer.
We didn't. I was going to volunteer, but our name didn't get drawn for a private room anyway.
I was the Jack Nut drawing the names out of the hat, and I didn't draw our name for the private room.
It's fine.
That's
Did it matter?
No, it didn't.
It didn't matter at all.
In fact, I liked having the bunks because
did too.
we were in with Dave and Melissa, the Hex, and we were in with KK.
Yep.
So everybody had their own bunk. It's not like we could see them. They're in the same room.
Yeah, you got privacy still.
But I was laughing so hard because David is just, that dude.
He's so funny.
He had me rolling all weekend, just saying
And
ridiculous stuff.
we would not have had that fun had we been in our own private room. We may have had a different type of fun. Nah,
Whoa.
we wouldn't have.
Whoa. With a house full of people?
And
Kelly Raspberry Evans and one Walter A. Evans up there just.
No. It wouldn't have been us, but there was one couple that they did.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
I know. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to name names.
Oh, come on. Be doing that?
Why not?
House full of people? I don't want to hear that.
We wouldn't hear it. What are you talking about? Married couples doing what married couples do.
No, I get that, but that's fine. I don't want to hear it, though.
Well, you didn't, obviously. So it's no harm, no foul.
I suspected it.
No, you did. Who?
I'm not gonna throw people out on Front Street.
Give me an initial.
Yeah, you know damn well who it was.
I know who it was. If anything was to be had, it would
I'm
be
gonna
had
keep
by
that
them.
I'm gonna keep that in the circle of trust.
That's not a song.
It will not be broken. Yeah. Okay, so the adventure part of this was very recently our friend Sarah acquired a Can-Am Ryker, like you. She went and got her 3-wheeled license.
Like me.
Like you. Her husband, Brandon, also went to the class just because he wanted to get his 3-wheeled license.
So he could ride it too.
So he could ride it, move it. He wanted to take the class too. So we were like, awesome. That is so cool. So Sarah all along had planned on going on this trip and riding with you and I on her 3-wheeler. Okay. So I was like,
Brandon was going to take the truck.
yeah, he was going to follow us and take our stuff.
Yeah.
Because we can take some stuff, but not everything. We were taking food and a lot of stuff, So I was like, wow, that's pretty ambitious to, your first long ride is going to be like 190 miles up to Broken Bow and back. That's a pretty good ride. She's like, yeah, but I want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. Okay. So in the meantime, Brandon decides to go buy a motorcycle.
Like you.
Like me. So he went and got his 2-wheel license.
Like you.
Like me. After getting his 3-wheel license. Like me. Same bit. He went and got his 2-wheel license, bought a motorcycle.
Boom, boom, boom.
And this is like a week and a half before the trip.
It happens.
Yeah, no. And
People get bit by the bug.
Oh, I understand. And he was along the way just asking me a few things about this and that, and I was trying to help as much as I could. But he said, I'm really thinking about riding up there. I'm like, okay. Or I'm like, dude, nobody.
You were not very encouraging.
Well, I was
skeptical.
No, I wouldn't say
hesitant.
I wouldn't say skeptical.
Negative.
I was
cautious.
I was feeling for him. I was like, well, okay. I would only do this, though, if you in your mind are 100% comfortable, because nobody is judging you. Nobody is holding a gun to your head to say, right up there. It's cool if you do. It's cool if you don't. He said, well, let me just practice this week and see how I feel, and kind of a couple of days before, he said, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ride up there. So the 4 of us, me and Brandon on 2 wheels, you and Sarah on 3 wheels, rode up to Broken Bow.
Yeah, we're our little Chitlin Gang.
In our little gang.
For now.
So the first place we stopped is a town that's about an hour away. Yeah, well, longer than an hour and a half away.
At 100 miles?
Something like that. Yeah, it's called Paris, Texas. And the big draw in Paris that I've been there before, but I've never seen it, was the Eiffel Tower in Texas.
That's the big draw.
Please describe as we pull up.
Well, it's a miniature Eiffel Tower with a cowboy hat on top of it.
Uh-huh.
Now, it is next to a war monument, memorial, which is very nice.
Yeah.
But the Eiffel Tower itself, it's not very big.
It's not.
It's not big. Now, we do know it's not as big as the Eiffel Tower, but it's probably a little bit taller than a 2-story house.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. But
but it's there.
The bit was it made for some good pictures.
Sure.
And we took a lot of fun pictures in front of the little miniature Eiffel Tower.
We did.
That was fun. So then we got back on the bikes and proceeded up through the kind of the northeast part of Texas, crossed the Red River, got into Oklahoma, and the only kind of somewhat I was the ride leader, which I felt put a little bit of pressure on me.
All on you, sausage.
Right, to not fruke up the navigation and getting to where we needed to go. I felt like I did overall over the entire weekend. I would grade myself as a B+, A- maybe.
Let's go with B+.
B+. So we get all the way up to freaking Oklahoma into the Broken Bow area. And I was told that I should use Google Maps.
Well, because these cabins are in the kind of a mountainous area. Would you call them mountains or hills? I don't know. Kind of hilly, I guess. And GPS is weird. And they told us in the instructions, this property can only be located on Google Maps.
Right.
It will not show up on Waze. It will not show up on whatever else, only on Google Maps.
Right.
So we had to use that.
Right. So we're riding along, and I look down on my screen, and Google Maps pops up, and it says, would you like to divert and save 10 minutes by going an alternate route?
Well, heck yeah, you
like,
would.
Whoever clicks no, I don't want to save time. I'm cool with going the long way. Nobody does that. Everyone clicks yes, which is what I did. I reached down there and I click yes.
And we're trusting sausage.
Right. So we get to this intersection, and one way is
the former way we were supposed to
the way we were supposed to go. Another way goes straight, and we look, and it's like it's a lot of trees, a lot of just couldn't really see, very well, and it was paved, but that's the way it said to go. So I crossed that big road that we were supposed to go down, and my little baby ducks are following me. So we go about 2 or 3 miles, and the road turns to gravel.
Well, it's gradually getting worse.
Yeah.
It was still paved.
It went from paved to potholes.
To gravel. To worse gravel. To a mix of sand. And we were like...
And then a mix of sand and rocks.
And we were like, where the hell are we?
Right.
And so we pulled over, thank the Lord, because Brandon, he had a saddlebag that popped open. And it had popped open once before, and Alan finally said, let's just pull over and zip tie it shut, because we were bouncing so much. We're like, everything's going to fall out of his saddlebag. So while we're pulled over in the middle of nowhere, this gravel, sand, rocky road, no street light. It was daylight, but it's like, if this was nighttime, this would be where you get murdered. This is where the murders happen in movies. And this guy in a truck pulls up, and I'm standing there, and he says, hey, are you guys lost? I said, no.
I was like, no, we're not lost. No.
I said, no, we're not lost.
I'm not lost.
What?
I get very self-conscious.
Oh, I said, we're not lost.
I wasn't lost.
We're following GPS, and it's told us to come this way. He said, it's just that we never see motorcycles out here because they're not made for this terrain, you know?
Right.
And I said, well, you know, we're it says to keep going this way. And he's like, is the road like this the whole way? He said, yeah, it kind of gets worse.
For another 15 miles.
For another 15 miles if you stay this way.
Yeah.
And he said, if I were you, I'd turn around and go back the way you came.
So,
and it was a pretty good haul, but we were like, we're taking his word for it. So we turned around and went back.
The Chitlin Gang huddled up. We all kind of got in a little huddle.
Yeah.
And we said, no. We're not doing this.
We're going back.
We're going back.
It was bad. Yeah. And this other woman pulled up right after our guy left, and you could tell she was probably following the Google Maps that had told her, do you want to save 10 minutes? Yes. And she's driving, and she's looking like a little terrified because here's the Chitlin Gang, and we're scary looking.
But you went scary looking.
Oh. But you went up to her, and she was like,
well, she came up to me. She said,
what the hell?
She said, should I go this way? And I said, well, it's 15 miles of this. And I said, we're not going to go that way because we can't make it. But you're in a car. I mean, if you drove like 5 miles an hour,
and she literally did. She started crawling away.
She took off at 5 miles an hour. And I said, well, okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a long ride.
That's going to be a long ride. But yeah, we turned around. That added about another, I'd say, hour to our trip at least.
Maybe it was 30. Yeah, maybe an hour total.
So it was fine. We
finally got to our destination, but
finally get to the place where we turn into the cabin. So we turn off the road, the main road in Broken Bow, to turn off and get to the road that leads to the cabin. Well, it's a gravel road, but we're almost there. We're 5 minutes from the cabin. So I'm like,
but it's not that loose kind of gravel we were in the middle of nowhere.
But it wasn't paved, is my point.
But it was tamped down. It wasn't as sandy.
Wasn't paved, is my point.
Was not paved.
Right. So unpaved. So we ride up this thing. Kind of, it levels off. Then we ride up a hill. It levels off a little bit. And then I stop and I realize if I go any further, it's like that first drop off the Texas Giant at Six Flags.
It plummets.
It plummets.
It plummets.
To the depths of Hades down here. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa. Why didn't they build a bridge here?
Yeah.
But that's the path. It was down and then up. And then it crested another hill, down, and then
up to our cabin.
And then up to the cabin.
Yeah.
So
we're like, this ain't going.
There was no way we could get the bikes down there.
We weren't sure we could get the Can-Am Rikers down there because ours are on road, not off road Rikers. But so our friend Greg, we called. We're like, we don't know what to do here. So he's like, I'm on the way. So he came, and we had to make the decision to leave the motorcycles parked on the top of the hill, just leave them there overnight. That's all we could do. And then Alan, did you and Sarah or did you and Brandon drive the Rikers down the hill?
I can't remember that first time. I drove one. I think Brandon drove another.
Yeah, I think it was the guys. Because if those things didn't make it down the hill, our men were going to take the tumble for us. But it handled it beautifulely. The Can-Am Rikers.
They really did.
They really did. They self-braked when they felt you were going to, because then I had to ride it out. But yeah, so Greg rode us back to the cabin.
But there'd have been no way.
No way.
We could have got those because I was on my Harley. It's heavy. It's not built for dirt roads. Brandon has a cruiser bike. It's not meant for dirt roads. So I think we might have been able to like kind of duck walk it, skid it down the hill. But once you were at the bottom, there would have been no way. There'd been no way to get back up.
You have to push it up, and there's no way you could do it.
There's no way you could do that.
So y'all left it there, but thankfully, nobody messed with them. They just sat there.
Nobody's gonna mess with them.
Fine.
Nobody's gonna do anything. Out in the middle of nowhere.
And the next day, we, got on the you put me on the back of my Can-Am Riker and you rode me back to your motorcycle, and we took off and we went through the state park. And
Oh, that was
really
beautiful. Very beautiful. Yeah. Lots of twisty roads. You ride slow.
Rapids. You could see the dam.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful.
People fishing and camping and hiking, and the weather was gorgeous.
It was perfect.
It was
And
really
they have a
nice.
new casino up there. Choctaw opened a casino, a smaller version of the one they have in Durant, Oklahoma. But we stopped by there for a little bit just to check it out. Sarah immediately lost $20 and said, we're peacing out here. And went back to the cabin. Same thing. Parked the motorcycles. We had a wonderful time. Celebrated Sarah's birthday. She got us all, she went on Etsy and surprised all the ladies in the group by getting us all matching pajamas with our husbands' faces on them.
Mm-hmm.
And KK, who is not married, she got a picture of her bulldog, Daisy, on hers. It was so cute. We're all like, we want Daisy. No, I love you, honey. I love my pajamas. And we just had a good time. We just hung out, talked, karaoke'd.
A lot of laughing, a lot of football watching.
Lot of
It was
football.
Texas OU weekend, so there were a lot of Texas fans in the group. They enjoyed the game.
Even got a little nap in. It was just pleasant, lovely time.
Very chill.
And then it was time to come home.
It was time to come home.
And we'll get into that after we get into this. All right, ladies, fall is here. Time to switch up our makeup routine. Seriously, that you cannot wear the same shades, and you want to create different looks with the fall, right? I love that. And that's why I love Thrive's Cosmetics, because if I want to keep it simple, I can do that. I use the Brilliant Eye Brightener in Stella. That's my favorite go-to champagne shimmer. The Infinity Waterproof Eyeliner in a brown matte called Ella. Thrive Cosmetics Viral Tubing Mascara. A swipe of their Sheer Strength Hydrating Lip Tint in Melissa. It's a warm sienna color, which really, really is good for fall. And that's it. I'm good to go. Very simple. But it's also just as simple to go full glam. And I just got the new Thrive Cosmetics Matte Brilliant Eye Brightener Set. This is 5 new shades. White Matte Sophia, Light Cream Matte Blythe, a cool taupe matte called Tracy, Caramel Matte Shani Joe, and the Black Matte Lauren. And you can create so many fantastic looks with just those 5 shades. A soft wash of color, matte finish, perfect for fall. Now, I've been using Thrive Cosmetics for a couple years now, and besides how amazing the products work for me, they are also 100% vegan, cruelty-free, none of that paraben and sulfate gunk. Plus, every purchase helps give back. Thrive Cosmetics donates to causes that matter: cancer survivors, domestic abuse victims, veterans, and it just feels good knowing my beauty routine is doing something good.
Spice up your fall look with Thrive Cosmetics, luxury beauty that gives back. And right now, you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/sandwich. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/sandwich for 20% off your first order.
I don't think I've ever talked about it on this podcast before, but one day I was walking past the windows going upstairs and I noticed this greasy cooking smell. You know what I mean? It turns out it was our blinds. Something about the sun was breaking them down over the years. And who knows how long they were there before we bought our house. We needed new blinds bad, and that's what led me to 3-Day Blinds. I absolutely loved how easy they made the whole process. They send a professionally trained design consultant to your home. It's a free, no obligation, same-day quote. And they've got thousands of options to fit any budget and style. It's not just blinds. They've got shades, shutters, drapery too. 3-Day Blinds even has those motorized smart blinds that work with Alexa. Those are so cool. They take all the measurements. They handle the installation too. And it's perfect because I'm not handy. And what a difference it's made. This is an upgrade that makes your whole house feel refreshed and polished without having to do a big renovation. Right now, get quality window treatments that fit your budget with 3-Day Blinds. Head to 3dayblinds.com/sandwich for their buy one, get one 50% off deal on custom blinds, shades, and drapery. For a free, no charge, no obligation consultation, just head to 3dayblinds.com/sandwich. One last time, that's buy one, get one 50% off when you head to the 3dayblinds.com/sandwich. You can't scroll your phone for more than 30 seconds without seeing somebody talking about GLP-1s. Maybe you've been close to trying them, but you're not a needle person, or maybe you're looking for a natural alternative. Well, let me introduce you to our podcast sponsor, Veracity. Their Metabolism Ignite, it's a natural plant-based GLP-1 alternative that is doctor recommended and clinically proven to help reduce hunger. Just 2 capsules with breakfast every morning. It's all you need. And one of the first things I noticed was I wasn't thinking about food all day. That food noise you always are constantly battling. Metabolism Ignite has no allergens, no caffeine, no negative side effects, and we love that. It's shown to reduce hunger by 85% and clinically proven to help lose an average of 9 pounds in 90 days. We really love that. Look, this stuff is sold out 10 times for a reason. So before it sells out again, make the switch to GLP-1s the natural way. Head to veracityhealth.co and use sandwich for up to 65% off your order. Once again, that's VERACITY health.co for up to 65% off. Make sure you use our promo code SANDWICH so they know we sent you.
Okay, so checkout is at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Everybody was up early. I think everybody's
getting back to their families.
Yeah, ready to get back to their normal bed, ready to get back home. And it was a good ride back to the Dallas-Fort Worth area for a lot of people.
But a wonderful cabin if y'all are looking for a place for a lot of people to sleep.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Take it all in.
Absolutely gorgeous. So we were like the next to last people to get our stuff packed on.
Yeah, David, Melissa, and KK were still kind of our bunk mates.
Yeah.
We were the bunk crew. We're the last to leave.
Yeah. So so we buddy ride on the Rikers back to where the motorcycles were. And everyone's geared up. Everybody gets on their bikes, ready to go. We got the headsets connected, which is a little bit of a process.
Always, yeah.
To get everything you get set, right?
Can you hear me now?
Right.
Can you hear me now?
Right.
Can you hear me now? That's a lot of that.
A lot of that. A lot of like, can you hear me? And you're like 30 yards away from somebody, and they're just shrugging shoulders. A lot of that, which is fine. But we got them working. So everybody's got their gear on. They get on their bikes. The girls are up here ready to go.
Cranked it up.
Brandon cranks up. I can hear him going. I'm like, all right, guys, here we go.
Sausage. Our fearless leader.
Sausage kickstand up. Presses the start button. And he hears... like, this is a problem. This is a problem. Not only is it not cranking, I'm not getting anything. A light, nothing.
Dead as a doornail, as they say.
What I have is a 750-pound paperweight sitting beneath me right now. I'm like, okay, all right. Got a dead battery. So everybody has to de-gear, get off their bikes, and we're in the sun. It's starting to get a little warm. We're like, oh, well, this kind of sucks. What are we going to do now? So I start looking at some stuff, and it's obviously a dead battery, but I'm trying to figure out, why is it a dead battery?
Well,
I didn't leave any lights on. It was cranking fine all weekend. There was not a problem.
But it is what it is.
But we got one little thing that was different. There's a little adapter that I had plugged in to this thing that connects to the battery so I could use my phone for navigation. The little adapter was still on the pigtail that's connected to the battery. Now, that little adapter doesn't have a light on it. It doesn't have anything on it. It's just an adapter. But it was on the bike all night. The only thing I can figure is that adapter drew the current on the battery all night and killed the battery.
No.
That's the only thing that I did different that day.
Well, Bacon Bit took off and went back to the cabin to see if David had jumper cables. David did not.
Yes.
So then she went to one of the neighboring cabins, who fortunately not only had jumper cables, said somebody else had to borrow these yesterday. So dead batteries were running rampant in Broken Bow, apparently. So she comes scooting back up with the jumper cables, followed shortly after by David, who pops the hood on his big old SUV.
And also,
now we're going to start to try to...
Well, and what saved us too is I didn't bring any tools.
No, you didn't.
It's just a short trip. I'm like, tools. I don't need tools.
A lot of lessons were learned on this trip, y'all.
So Brandon actually had some tools in his toolbox on his bike. So I needed a screwdriver to get the seat off because the battery is underneath the seat. So we got the seat off, connected the jumper cables, could not get the bike to crank. I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with this thing? Is deader than a doornail.
I was starting to think, what are we going to have to do?
So now I'm thinking, okay, these poor fools are going to have to drive all the way to Broken Bow, which is like an hour with traffic at least.
It's crawling, y'all.
Go to Walmart, buy a battery, drive an hour back. We're going to put the battery in. This whole process is going to take 3 or 4 hours. We're not going to get home till tonight. This is all running through my head, right? And Brandon says, well, let's move the black clamp on the jumper cable from the frame of the bike to the actual battery. I've always connected it to the ground. That's the ground. I've always connected it to something steel. Like when you jump a car, you put it on like a piece of the hood or something. He said, I've always jumped cars and bikes and tractors where you put the ground on the battery. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we did it.
The second you did it.
The second I did it, crank, starts running. I'm like, yes. So I think the Chitlin Gang, like in the collective there, got her done and got us out of Broken Bow. Had I been there by myself, I'd have been stranded.
So I immediately came home and ordered Alan one of these self-contained jumper things that Big Al recommended to me because he goes off-roading quite a bit, and if he has a battery die in the middle of nowhere, you don't have to attach it to another vehicle. It's all self-contained. So Alan will not be caught in that situation again. And you found a little toolkit.
Yeah, I was telling everybody, that's the first time I've ever been, I wasn't stranded because I was with you guys.
Yeah.
But that's the first time I've ever been in a situation where the bike wouldn't crank and I'm stuck.
Well, it's just lessons learned.
Yeah.
Just lessons learned.
I'm never
thankfully, it wasn't, we were it took us another 30, 45 minutes to lay, getting out of there.
I'm never leaving that damn adapter on the pigtail again.
No.
Because that's the only thing that was different.
Yeah.
And ever since the bike's been home, it's been fine.
Let me ask you this.
There's not been a problem.
How did I do?
Oh, you did great. You were like
You proud of me?
You were like the second most experienced rider.
Are you proud of me?
Yes, I am. I told the whole group, I said, man, that was pretty amazing. For y'all's first ride.
Thank you.
400 plus miles.
Thank you.
That's not easy. It's not. That's a lot, especially like this. You're relative,
at my age.
No, I didn't want to say anything about age. No, I was going to say relatively your experience.
Yeah.
You haven't done a lot of long rides,
No.
So you guys did great.
Well, thank you.
We didn't have a lot of drama. I mean, for the most part, everything was pretty, I felt like everybody felt pretty safe and was having fun, which is the main thing. So yeah, it was a good time. It was a lot of fun. I would do it again.
Y'all want to be a part of our gang, you know what you got to do. You got to go buy a Can-Am Riker or a motorcycle.
Oh, and while we're going to switch gears here real quick before we bring it home for Jerome, but before we end on the motorcycle bit, Kellie and I are going to be the grand marshals for
the Teddy Bear Run.
The Teddy Bear Run.
It's benefiting Collin County Children's Advocacy Center.
Yes.
So a lot of times these kids, they have to come in and they have to tell some pretty traumatic stories of what they've been through. And the goal is for these kids just to have to tell their stories one time. You don't want to re-traumatize them over and over by having to repeat some pretty horrific things that happened to them. And so they, these kids are all giving little teddy bears, something to comfort them when they're going through these experiences. And so this is a huge teddy bear collection drive and, also fundraiser too. But, they found out that we are riders and they asked if we would be the grand marshal. So we're going to do that on Sunday. Is it October 27th?
October 27th at about all the festivities and the event starts at about 8:30 in the morning. There's going to be Kellie and I think they're supposed to.
It starts at the IKEA
in Frisco.
Frisco.
And we're going to say a few words. There's going to be some announcements and then there's going to be a bunch of riders. So if anyone wants to join, Come! If you ride, come join.
I'll put a link in the show notes so you can get all the details there.
But we're going to have a police escort.
Well, yeah.
It's going to be about an hour and a half ride.
Maybe that long. Maybe
and then
said.
It's going to end at a Harley Davidson Financial Services.
Uh-huh.
I don't know exactly where that is.
And then they have a big festival and carnival. You can stay for all that, or you can say, peace out, I did my ride.
Food trucks.
But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And, hopefully it'll be beautiful weather. The end of,
I hope so.
Heading into the kickoff of the holidays with Halloween right around the corner. So that's Sunday, October 27th. I'll put a link in the show notes. If you're a rider, Can-Am Rikers are welcome. Motorcycles. It does not have to be a Harley. It can be whatever. and details on how you can get involved there.
You can bring a unicycle.
As long as it's on wheels. You got to keep up with the group.
You
can't be pedaling.
You couldn't pedal a unicycle for a couple of miles?
This is longer than a couple of miles, honey. We're going to be you need to be in a motorized vehicle. And Tommy Jean's going to be here. And Tommy Jean's going to be riding shotgun. Well, not shotgun. She's going to be riding on the shotguns by the side. She's going to be sitting behind me on my Can-Am Riker.
You guys going to ride two up?
Well, it's either her riding with me or with you.
She'd probably feel safer with you.
That's fine. But we got to get her a helmet and a jacket and gloves. She's going to be all geared up. We're going to look so badass.
That's going to be great.
Me and Tommy Jean, we're going to start our own little separate side gang.
Why?
Well, just,
Oh.
We're going to be an offshoot of the Chitlin Gang.
Okay, we're going to bring it home for Jerome. And in good, strong, dear, sweet, clean listener, I'm not going to whip your rear end with this. I'm going to keep this brief, okay?
Well, I'm glad because I've had to listen to this for a few days, and you haven't been as bad as I thought you would be about the Cowboys. Obviously, he's about to talk about. So I do want you to get it off your chest, honey.
Well, there's been 2 weeks, so we've had 2 weeks of football that we haven't talked about. Your Dallas Cowboys had a last-minute comeback against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before.
Well, they came back, but they didn't win.
No, they did win.
They did win?
Yeah. And this was the game that ended around midnight because there was the lightning delay and all that.
That's right. It was on the road.
Yeah. Well, I stayed up till midnight, and I watched Dak Prescott, the $240 million man, throw a touchdown at the end of the game. And they won the game. It was amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. This is what everyone needed. We needed this big shot in the arm. They beat a good team on the road. We dem boys. We are so back. I had my rowdy hat on. I had my cowboy boots on. I had my Cowboys boxer briefs on.
You were in.
So in.
Back in.
Oh, so in. Well, one thing that happened after the game was one of the most epic quotes in the history of NFL football.
By whom?
The dude's name is Tyler Smith.
I'm saying,
Yeah, Tyler Smith.
You need to credit the man.
Sorry, the dude's name is Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith is an offensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys. They were interviewing after the game. There's a lot of excitement and activity because of this big win, and so they put a mic up in his face, and here's what he said to the media.
What was he referencing? Do you have to?
He was referencing the receiver. The receiver's name is JT. So JT caught the pass that won the game. Okay. I think I have to change my voice to read this, but I'm not sure.
You don't.
Okay. So, quote, this is what Tyler Smith says. Bro, I mean, it was miraculous, Smith said in the postgame. JT literally sprained his frookin' nuts. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Sprained his nuts the play before. Comes back, makes the game winner. Unbelievable extended play. Dude's emptying the clip. I mean, it was great stuff.
So he sprained his balls?
There's a lot to unpack there. Well, Tyler Smith said that JT, the play before, sprained his freaking nuts.
Well, he said the F word.
Yes.
He dropped the bomb.
But then he apologized
But
for
still
that.
said nuts.
But then he said nuts. So he was apologizing for the fruking, not apologizing that he said sprain nuts.
Well, how did he sprain his balls?
Well, so I started to dig into this a little bit. Can you sprain your nuts? I don't think it's possible. A sprain is like, you can sprain, I've sprained my ankle. You can sprain a wrist. You can sprain your neck. You can sprain your shoulder. You can sprain your back. But how do you sprain your gonads? I mean, how do you do that?
Maybe it's spraining the area around them. I don't know. Maybe he just misspoke.
I have heard of...
Did he get kicked? What happened to his region?
I think it was something like testicular torsion.
But did he get hit there?
Yeah, he got hit in the nuts.
Okay.
I think what he was trying to say was he got hit in the nuts, and he said he sprained his nuts.
Well,
but
we all know you guys exaggerate when you get hit down there. And obviously, a man can catch a winning football pass when he gets hit in his region. So they're for proving y'all all overreact when you get hit there.
Even Cole and I the next morning, we were talking about this. We were trying to figure out, like, how is that possible? Like, how do you do that?
I don't know, honey.
Okay. Well, that was the epic quote. Bro, I mean, it was miraculous. JT literally sprained his freaking nuts. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Sprained his nuts the play before, comes back, makes the game winner. Unbelievable. Extended play. Dudes emptying the clip. I mean, it was great stuff.
Yeah.
So then he's got a gun.
Maybe it should have happened the last game.
So then he has a gun reference in there too.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Okay. So that's that. Fast forward to this past weekend. Cowboys get absolutely humiliated, embarrassed, shellacked.
I couldn't even watch. I just got up and left.
The Detroit Lions took a big leather belt, a Detroit Lion branded leather belt, blue and silver.
Beat them with it.
With lions all over it.
Yeah.
Pulled down the pants of the Dallas Cowboys and beat their ass with it.
Sprained their butts.
Yes.
If you could do that.
47-9.
It was embarrassing.
Which I learned, if you go back in the history of the NFL, that is a unique score that had never happened. That 47-9 had never happened in the history of the league.
Who keeps stats on all
People
this crap?
People keep track
That's
of this.
crazy.
Okay, so the Cowboys got humiliated. So now here's the controversy. The owner, Jerry Jones, who you know I'm not a big fan of.
Is there anybody that's not related to him or on his payroll that is a fan? Is there one Jerry Jones fan out there? I can't think of one.
So he goes on a radio station here in Dallas called 105.3 The Fan.
And they pay to have the rights to broadcast the games.
But they are not employees of the Dallas Cowboys.
But it's a lot of money that it brings in a lot. It's like the biggest thing they've got going there. So it's very important to keep your number one customer satisfied.
Okay,
and
so
that number one customer would be the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, who comes on and does a weekly radio roundup with them
every Tuesday. He goes on the radio, which, okay, side note, name me another owner or general manager in the NFL that does this. Okay, you're not going to be able to do it. All right. So every Tuesday he comes on and beats his gums with these guys on 105.3. Well, they start asking him
the hard questions.
Jerry, what happened? Jerry,
not in a rude way.
No, they do this every week.
Yeah, you have to ask.
Right. Jerry, what's going on with the team? Jerry, what happened? How did y'all get beat up? They're just asking him questions like that. Okay, here was Jerry's quote. He starts getting really PO'd. This is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something that I'm sorry that I did it. That is not your job. I'll get somebody else to ask these questions. I'm not kidding. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right and wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 yahoos like you need to come to this NFL meeting I'm going to today with 32 teams here. Then you're geniuses. So he dresses down these radio hosts that are just doing their job, which is to ask questions about what happened to the team. So this has caused a big kind of in the media. The media's like, Jerry, what is your problem?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Why?
Yeah.
Just answer the questions. Well, these aren't tough questions. You answer these all the time anyway. Why are you berating these guys?
It'll be interesting to see how far he takes it.
He doubled down.
Yeah.
Today he doubled down. He didn't say, well,
I was having a bad day. I'm getting hit with all the slings and arrows. We've all been like, yeah, we get it, right?
No, that's not
if he would have come back and said, I'm sorry, I was having a bad day.
Here's what he says. I don't know that I would go as far as calling the volume connotation as yelling, okay? But the facts are that I'm going to be grilled by the tribunal. What the hell does that even mean?
Tribunal.
If I'm going to be grilled by the tribunal, I don't need it to be by the guys I'm paying. I can take it from the fans. I can take it from other people. I take a lot of pride in how fair and how much I try to work with the media. We're brothers and sisters, but I was a little frustrated out there today. But the wrong ones were doing the questioning. Now, here, listen to this.
So he only needs to have yes people interview him?
Listen, now, if those had been real fans sitting there, or if they had been people that knew what they were talking about, football people, I might have had a different answer. Okay, Jerry.
These are sports
Okay, Jerry.
radio hosts.
Okay, Jerry. In 1989, you couldn't spell football if I spotted you the foot in the ball. You were digging dead dinosaurs out of the ground, and you got lucky. Your dad got lucky. You're rich, and you buy the Cowboys. Now, all of a sudden, you're a football guy. You're a football guy now. Right. Thanks, Jerry. This guy is out of control. He is out of control. Sell the team, please. Nobody, no Cowboy fan, no Cowboy fan likes this guy.
No.
He's arrogant. All he wants is yes men. And that's that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
There's no accountability with this team. He F's up. Who is he accountable to? Nobody. The fans are pissed off. The media's like, dude, what's up? He's dressing them down like, well, I'm paying you, so you gotta, you need to be nice to me.
Yeah.
Dude, your team sucks and people want to know why. Just ball up, man up, and answer the question. You're a freaking billionaire, dude. Great. You've made a lot of money. I understand, but you can't run a freaking football team. And it's time to sell the team, or it's time to step down.
Well, he's not going to sell it.
He's 82 freaking years old. Okay. It's time to do something else. That's my rant. That's my rant. And nothing's going to change.
No.
There are a lot of guys like me. There are a lot of people like me who are fans, and they're frustrated and fed up with the team.
And they say they're going to pick another team to root for, but you really can't. When it's like it's almost like switching religions. It's so hard to do that. Not that we're not worshiping at the altar of the Cowboys, but
here's the only thing that's going to change this. The only thing is when all y'all that go to these games,
all y'all,
and spend at least $1,000 to take a family of 4 to go for tickets, for parking, for transportation, for merch, for beers, for souvenirs, for all that shite, stop doing it. And then when he looks around and he's like, oh my gosh, there's only, the stadium's only 40% full.
When it's still the most profitable franchise, there's no reason for him to do anything different.
Dude
all he has
doesn't
to
care.
do is just a little shooting, rubber-headed darts at him or whatever. I don't know.
Dude doesn't care. The stadium's full. The stadium's full. He's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I've said before, this is what he's about.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought, oh, we got the best owner in sports. Yeah, he's going to write checks and make sure we got all the good players. The dude has screwed up so much, and this team is in such disarray. I don't know if it's repairable. I really don't. I don't know.
Well, not under the current regime. It is what it is.
So there you go. That's what happened. So now that we got that controversy going on.
No, we don't have to talk about it anymore.
No, I'm done. I'm over it.
Good.
Yeah,
at least
I'm
for
done.
this week. They're a bye week now, right? Are they in a bye?
Yeah, they have a bye week this week,
Okay,
so they
that's
can't
good.
lose.
They can't lose. But it was exciting. We found out that Lainey Wilson's going to perform at the Thanksgiving Day halftime show.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
yeah. She was talking to Aaron Andrews about
My
that.
favorite.
Yeah.
And we need to say really quickly, congratulations to our son Cole.
Yeah, got his license today.
Got his driver's license. So now that's checked off the list. He passed. That's great.
So is the deal in Texas when you first get your license, because it didn't used to be this way, that you can only drive, you can drive by yourself or you can drive with someone who's over 18, but you can't have
Something
a car
like that.
full of
No,
like
you can't have a
people
car
under
full.
18, right?
Yeah, but some people do it anyway. They just hope they don't get caught. But yeah, you're not supposed to drive with one other person, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that. And then Kellie starting to get more of her college acceptance letters. She got accepted so far to Alabama, to
Ole Miss,
and to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Arkansas or O2 and OU were her top 2 choices. So we're really excited she got accepted to Arkansas. Now we're waiting to hear from OU and SMU and some other couple that Georgia that she applied to. She had like 7. So anyway, all good things happening here except for the Cowboys.
Oh,
Except for that.
yeah. Whatever. I'm over it.
Yeah. Let's concentrate on the good that's going on.
I'm a Bucks
You're
fan.
married to a woman who has
whoa.
a little hobby with you now.
Yeah.
And you're proud of me.
I am. Very.
And I made you a good sandwich tonight for supper. You've been like,
so
man, I
good.
want a good sandwich. I made him a good sandwich
Had-
for supper.
The sandwich had lettuce and tomato on it.
Yeah, I made you a good one. I got
man,
all
that
the
was-
fixins.
That was first class.
So things are good. Things are good.
Yeah, things are good. I try to be the voice for the frustrated Cowboys fan. That's
Yeah,
it.
you are. You do a very good job of
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not angry at anybody except Jerry.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, I know they're trying as hard as they can, but I really don't think Jerry cares. I really don't. Deep down, I really don't think he does. I mean, if you were a billionaire, would you care about a lot?
I just think it's a matter of pride and ego. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he's more concerned. Well, this will
Yeah,
lead me,
here we go.
This
We'll
will lead
never-
me
it's
down a
just-
bunny hole I'll never stop. But
All
anyway,
right, maybe we could ask him if we could interview him.
that wouldn't go over well.
No?
No.
You wouldn't be as polite as those people?
No, because he doesn't pay me one dime.
You think you'd probably bow up at him, but I don't know. It's hard to be that
Well,
abrasive with someone.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't bow up, but I mean, I would be, it's hard to be disrespectful to a
Yeah.
grown man who's like twice your age. But if I were in that position and if I was part of the media and I wasn't paid on his payroll, I would ask questions like, Jerry, what is going on? And in retrospect, is there a reason that you waited so long to sign Dak Prescott and sign CD Lamb? So therefore you had to give them these gigantic contracts and now you don't have money to pay for any other players.
Not really a great negotiator.
Your two best running backs are a guy who's 500 years old, Ezekiel Elliott, and another dude named Rico. Those are the two best guys you could find? Why? What is that? Why? How do you figure? You're the GM.
I'm not. I don't know.
Well, he's the football guy.
Yeah, and I'm not.
I thought
I'm
he was
not
the
a
guy that
football
knew.
guy.
I thought he was the guy that knew football.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you like them Super Bowl rings? Yeah. That's all I got.
Give us some more.
How'd you like them Super Bowl rings? That's all I got.
That happened years ago.
I know. He had to quit finally saying that.
Somebody was griping at him about this same thing years ago, and he said, "Did you enjoy those 3 Super Bowls? I hope you did. I hope you did very much." I did, Jerry. I did.
30 years ago.
I did, but I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm now 53. I was in my 20s when they won their last Super Bowl.
All right, we got to go.
Did you know Facebook was invented in 2004?
I did not know.
So do you know that means that there's never been a post on Facebook that exists anywhere that says the Cowboys win the Super Bowl or even the Cowboys have been to the NFC Championship game?
Wow, that's unfortunate. And on that note, we're going to go.
That's a lot of football talk.
That is a lot of football
But I had to
talk.
get that off my chest.
I'm glad you did.
We're going to get to letters next time. My man Josh sent us another letter.
Which one is he?
Well, he sent
Remind me.
He sent us 4 or 5 really funny letters.
Oh,
And,
he's the one that always references little bits in the show.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So you got to remind me.
Yes, he's a very, very passionate listener. And I got to thinking about that today. There's a couple of y'all out there I haven't heard from in a while, and I'm starting to get a little concerned. Email us at podcast@kellyanallen.com. My man Luke in Montana fell off the face.
Maybe he's not a fan anymore.
Well, I hope he's still listening. Tony in Houston plays in his church. He plays bass in his church. I always like his Instagram posts. Hadn't heard boo from Tony. Hope Tony's still listening. A lot of you out there. Are you out there?
Test.
Testes 1 2. Testes 1 2. Is there anybody out there? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Who's that?
I don't know.
Okay. If you know what song that was that I just referenced,
Email us.
email us at podcast@kellyanallen.com.
And don't forget to check the show notes, and I'll have a link for the teddy bear run or the teddy bear ride if anybody wants to go with us.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media. I'm at Kellie Raspberry on Instagram, at Kellie Raspberry Evans on Facebook. I am also a little bit on TikTok, but not much. But that's Kellie Raspberry.
Yeah. At the Alonzo 1971 on the Instagrams. At Moto Alonzo on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big in Japan.
You got picked up in Japan?
I'm big in Japan.
Great.
A lot of views from Japan.
And London or England.
More from Japan.
Wow.
You know, the Japanese are really into a lot of American culture.
You could become like a sensation in Japan where you can go over there and you're like a rock star, and then you come back to the U.S. and you can like walk the streets like a normal person. That could happen.
Yeah. Well, they like they like American things like motorcycles, guitars, Levi's. You know, they really enjoy those things.
Yeah, well, great.
Yeah.
Go follow at Moto Alonso.
All right, babe. You got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, love you desperately.
I love you.
Love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I love Tyler Smith's quote desperately. I don't love sprain nuts desperately. I hope I never have them.
I hope not to, honey.
But I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.